I came from a very strict discipline-based art education where there's kind of only one way to do art, and it's the right way. And so when I learned of this program, I was kind of shocked that you could teach art in such an inclusive and authentic way that gives each kid access to their own education. And once I kind of learned about that, I was like, okay, yes, this sounds right for me. And going in, the teachers, the faculty, they've all just really shaped my experience to know that like it is important to create art about a personal experience, and that art doesn't always have to be this beautiful aesthetic thing, you know, that is unattainable or for museums. It can be for community spaces or for other spaces.
So I think it's really important that this field, arts administration, is taken more seriously. I think a lot of times in the arts, retired performers, retired artists end up in administrative jobs, and some of them are wonderful and do an excellent job in those positions, and some of them, they just don't have the resources, they haven't had the education necessary to succeed. People forget there's this huge behind the scenes aspect. A lot of people just think executive director, like that's their job, they do the bills, but there's huge staffs that do all of this. And I think that's what's really wonderful about this job and this career path, is that you have the opportunity to bring something that you really love, and you get to take it into your community and build a relationship rather than just get people in the door sitting into and watching the symphony, the dance, the theater, coming into the gallery. You're kind of building that relationship, and I think that's really important in the arts because we can't survive without that relationship. Our most valuable resource in the art education and in the arts administration program are our professors. We are a very small program, small department, so we have art therapy, art education, and arts administration degrees in our cohort per se for the whole department. And you get to take classes with all of those professors. So yes, I'm arts administration, but I'm taking art ed classes with art education students, and you learn a lot from them being in classes with people that have a completely different focus.
All of our classes are pretty collaborative. How we interact is just kind of in a discussion format, but it doesn't just feel like remedial busy work. We're always doing something to the betterment of someone else or for something else. We're always looking to move forward. We do community outreach projects. We worked at a middle school summer camp last semester over the summer, where we designed a social justice summer camp and taught it to middle school students who are interested. And it was amazing to get to teach your lessons to these students and to have them react to it. I think the most valuable experience is to be open to communication, because I was a really introverted kid. I mean, extremely introverted. I wouldn't even look at people. I was so shy when they were talking to me and I was talking to them. And the teachers in this program are so incredibly open. It's hard to be introverted with them, to me. And so it kind of like, it really helped me open up, and it really helped me understand that being open, while it can be hard sometimes, is really how you get the most out of your experience.
We kind of have this duality that exists in the program where we learn a lot of theory and talk a lot, but we also have this great opportunity to practice. So through our internships, we get to practice all of those theories that we're learning. If it's working, if it's not, how gradual that change needs to happen and that kind of thing. The biggest thing I've probably gained is being a good problem solver and quick on my feet and using everything I've learned to make sure everything goes smoothly.
There are big issues in the world that students like to address. Like when I was at my internship, I'm openly out, and my students were aware of it. And I had countless numbers of them come and talk to me about situations that they've had where they've struggled or where they've faced issues in school. I pointed out to a couple kids who were saying homophobic things, and were like, hey, maybe think before you speak, and got them to understand the history of what they're saying, kind of, because they're just repeating what they hear. But I had so many kids, and when I went back to interview the teacher there, I had a bunch of those kids say like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you back. We missed you so much, just because I felt like I brought them a good experience with being open about myself and then them being able to be open in response, especially just with their art. So it was just a really nice experience to know that you can teach art in a more open format and students can grow from that, because there are students, like not everyone fits into this like binary box of like, this is what art should be.
So I worked at the American Dance Festival last summer, and I actually was really fortunate to have a summer staff position. So getting paid internships is really hard in the arts, and it counted towards my internships hours. So I was the festival services coordinator, which is essentially like an event planner, an operations manager, all in one. So I planned all of the major events for the school. And it really gave me an opportunity to like dive into a job full time. And it kind of tested me a lot. I got thrown into something. I was responsible for an intern and 2 work-study students. So I got to practice a lot of management and leadership skills that you probably wouldn't get in a normal internship. And I got to be doing something in around dance, something I really love. I learned a lot being there and having the opportunities to test everything I'm learning out.